This video was brought to you by Storenberg, Kempower and a better route planner. Yo, what's up? This is a Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus with a heat pump, the latest version. You can see it here on the Chrome Delete. If you see the Chrome Delete, that means the latest version with heat pump. So in this video, I'm going to do an interior review. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Because I've been driving around with the car, I've been driving around with Tesla a lot, but sometimes I tend to forget to do the basic test like interior review. So you can see how small this car is compared to me, because I'm a small Asian. So let's show you the front first, shall we? And yeah, before we start, a big shout out to Marcusbil who lent me this car. He lent it to me for a long time, so I've been driving around with it. It's been parked at some places, at dealerships when I test other cars. But if you're looking for buying a Tesla, you can consider using Marcusbil's referral code. So then you get some free supercharging. And hurry and use it before it's too late, because Tesla is about to end, well, I don't know when, but eventually they will end their referral program. And you actually have pretty decent space in the front. So here we have, well, some stuff that follows the car. The anhangerkopplung. But unfortunately, yeah, I should show you that many cars in this price range, they have semi-automated, or the BMW even has fully automated trailer hitch. But this one, you have to put it in manually, click it in. So that's the downside, I guess, compared to the German cars. Here we have the Type 2, this is the Schuko, they call it UMC. It's the newest version UMC. I actually like the old one because it has more versatility, but whatever. Nowadays you probably don't need it too much anyway. And Type 2 cable and first aid kit, and this is the mud flaps. Don't use them. Use third parties instead, because these ones only protect the front rather than protecting the back also. And here is the, oh, hang on, it sits kind of tight. Here is the, what the heck is this thing? And it's actually Tesla's own. Okay, alles good. And it also says which direction you should twist it. I think it's the links direction, the opposite direction. Okay, put it in there. But you probably noticed that, well, actually I don't remember, but you see now they don't supply the floor mats anymore here, the front mat. And also in the old version there used to be hooks here to secure cargo in here. You don't have it, so yeah. It seems like they try to strip down the cost as much as they can. I just put everything in here. Yeah, okay. The charge port on Model 3 is motorized. You just press it and it will open, or you have this remote thing at superchargers, so destination charger, you just press the button, it will open. Also third-party systems can also remote open the charge port, or you can do it from the screen, or you can do it from the app. And then once you're done charging, don't close it, because once you enter the car, it will close by itself. So don't try to push it. And also this charging port, well, I can just close it here, just show you. Yeah. This charging port is also designed so that in winter, when you preheat the car, it will then let some of the air out here, so that it will melt the charge port, so you won't have problem with frozen charge port. So this is actually one of the best designs in this class, and again, not many cars in this class, this price range, offers motorized liftgate. And the latest Model 3 with heat pump also comes with motorized liftgate. Unfortunately, it has no kick sensor. You can open it from the car, from the app, or just press the button here. Very neat if you live in Nordic countries with lots of Salzschmutzfest. So you can also adjust I think it's been adjusted down. Adjust the length, save it, and now it will remember that length. I think I, by accident, changed the opening height. So very neat. Yeah, now it goes to the higher position, right? Or maybe not. Let me see. Can we do something like this? If you, for some reason, have a very low garage. This is pretty basic feature for most cars with electric liftgate. But just gonna check that it will remember. Yeah, you see now it goes there because you have a really low garage. So unfortunately, Model 3 does not have a hatchback. It's just a sedan. So that limits the usability if you want to have something big in here, bicycle, or if you have some big dogs. but at least it has pretty deep deep trunk. Gonna measure that. Just gonna show you that here we have emergency release for the charge port, and then in here we have fairly big space for, I don't know, extra cargo, maybe some cables. You should put it here, but there is no 12-volt outlet here. Well, okay, let me measure here. I have this laser cannon. It's called Bosch. Okay, since you guys are wondering what the heck is this thing, well, it's a Bosch Samo. Man, my neighbor's dog is just always barking. Okay, wow, you see here, this length a little over 1 meter, and then the width here on the tightest area is 94.5 centimeters, and then I guess on the widest, if that matters for you, wait, let me pay attention there. Yeah, that's about 1.3 meters. There's a little edge here, about I don't know how much it is. Well, maybe about 8 centimeter edge here. But let me also measure how high is the loading height. This is a fairly low car, so it shouldn't have too high. Wait, I can't read properly. Let's say the whole loading height is here. Yeah, it's about 65 centimeters only. That's actually pretty nice and low. And then, oh yeah, if it matters to you, actually I think it should matter quite a lot. I have to measure the opening here roughly. See, only 46 centimeters. Yeah, and the width here is what? It's doing some weird. They're about 107 centimeters. So I actually have to do the extra measurement here because you guys need it. And then we have some beam here in the trunk, so we also have to measure the lowest, roughly the lowest section of the inside. It's only 45.6 centimeters. This is the problem with the Model 3. But okay, we also have fairly big space here. So if you take out this one, then you get pretty nice space under here. I think it's so big that I could almost fit in here. Let me try. Oh yeah, you see, it's actually pretty big. That big, yeah. Just to give you an idea. And to fold the seat, you actually have to manually fold it in the front. No fancy folding, but Model Y will have folding from the trunk here. Now let's measure the trunk length. Oh, it doesn't have flat floor, but at least over here we have, whoa, 186 centimeters. And then if you would measure it diagonally, roughly-ish, you get, over 2 meters, let's say 204 centimeters. And I guess if you take the front seat there, you could push it even more. Maybe you can get 210, 220 centimeters in case you need to put something large. But of course, it has trailer hitch, so you can then put on the trailer and transport big shit from IKEA. And you see that when the seats are folded, it becomes fairly flat, but it tilts a little bit upwards, but at least it doesn't have a weird edge. Well, it seems like it's been designed to just go like this, so it's fairly flat. And let's check the back seats. Yeah, nice space. A little bit low seat, a little bit, not that much. The very first models from 2018 roughly, they had lower seat, but at least the latest one, and actually most of the ones you will find, will have high enough seats. But okay, compared to some of the SUVs or crossover I tried, I feel like a little bit taller would have been better, but still not too uncomfortable. And I can put my feet under the front seat, but barely. Feels kind of tight. And by the way, here I have some cheaper floor mats from Bgood. So, well, I would rather call them inexpensive. I tried the other ones in MC Hammer before. There was one that looked like a Max Spider. Those were pretty expensive and good. This one also seems, where you see we have here, because I should mention that nowadays, when you buy Model 3, you don't even get floor mats in the back and in the front. So you have to, if you care about the surface, you should put something here. So, and I also like that it has an edge here. So this is, if you don't care too much, yeah, go for it. It's some kind of rubber thing, and you will, for clumsy people who pull in wet shoes in winter, this will do the work. So, and this one actually is not supposed to be like that. It's just my OBD plug thing for ScanMyTesla. So we have two USB-Cs here. We have air vent here. we have a little pocket here for stuff. These Teslas, they are frameless, yeah, just frameless window. Single glazed window here, double pane window in the front, standard. And this kind of button design here, where you have to open the door by just pressing this button, is actually brilliant. Once you get used to it, you will realize that this is brilliant. And some other cars might also start using this kind of design because it's simple and user-friendly. And then let's do the knocking test, shall we? Yeah, so you see, the surfaces you touch, like the inside here, reminds me of BMW actually, BMW iX3. It's not hard plastic, and the button here feels nice to touch. And you see that in case you touch this one, it's Alcantara or flip leather. This is also semi-soft. So, you know, Tesla's been criticized for having pretty shitty interior, but I have to say that the Model 3 has the best interior of them all, better than S and X in many ways. Like this design, speakers over there. Yeah, and then let me check. Oh yeah, let me show you here. So, what is this? I think this is within specification. Oh, some people will be like, oh shit. Well, if you want to stare on that place, then you shouldn't buy Tesla. This one here becomes a hook for clothes, but you see, I'm missing that thing to hold on to here. Tesla doesn't have that, you see, unlike most other cars. But at least you have adjustable seat belt here. And let me check the seating height, because we have glass here, all glass. Oh, okay. So I'm 173 centimeters as always. Let me check you see, I don't even have a fist of clearance. No, I have 2 fingers of clearance. That's it. So kind of tight. This is the compromise they had to do by raising the seats. And since this is no SUV, then yeah. The headrest on the 2 sides here, they are fixed. The headrest on the center is adjustable, you see here. And then this one here becomes a middle armrest with a table. I mean, sorry, with the cup holders here and here. That's okay, I guess, but most cars, they have the cup holders here, which is better utilization, because how are you going to put your arm here and then have drinks here? So that's kind of silly design. And also, unfortunately, Tesla does not have ski opening thing here. So yeah, like many German cars have. But other than that, not the best rear seat comfort in my opinion compared to competitors, let's say ID4, but those are more expensive though. It depends which one. You go for a stripped down ID4 maybe, then it works. And see, we also have lights here, dome lights here that we can turn off or on. And then this one, what looks like USB, but it's just, I think it's just a sensor or something. Yeah, and we see we have glass. This is standard to have glass all the way to the back. And also the front with a center beam here. But well, it has some coating against the sun, but some people even put some tinting on it, especially in countries with strong sun. And I personally use something here permanently to block the top part here, but that's just me. And in the front, well, by the way, double glazed windows here, standard. We have electric adjustable seat, and unlike many traditional car automakers, they will have buttons with memory. Some cars don't even have memory, but electric adjustable seats. And some cars, they have 2 or 3 memories for the driver's side. Over here though, we just save it inside the screen instead, and you can have multiple profiles, and then it's easier because instead of trying to remember who has the 1 and the 2 and the 3 memory, there will be names in the screen to show you that. So you can adjust the lumbar, you can adjust tilting whatever here, and also, well, you know, I was reaching for how to adjust the steering wheel, but you don't do it here. It's at least Model 3 is not like this. You have to actually go into the screen, and then you enter the steering wheel adjustment mode, and then you see you use scroll wheel on the steering wheel to adjust it up and down and in and out. But at least it goes up and down, in and out. And then all of this, plus the mirror settings and lots of other settings, are saved into your profile. And then the sun visor can pivot, but also it can extend. So that's also one of the few cars that offers that. And let's do the knock in the front. More or less the same as the back. It actually has pretty similar design. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually use the same part. And also this one. See, it's also some kind of rubberized plastic thing. So it feels good to touch it. And for day-to-day use, you only touch the nice and soft part, and you don't usually touch the hard part. So I have to say that, yeah, very good design on stuff. You can you do this, or sometimes, do I actually do this? No, I usually just do this. And we have speaker there. We have, this is probably microphone for the Bluetooth. And also, by the way, if you used to pretty shitty Bluetooth audio quality on, the other side who you're talking to, in the Model S and X, yes, they aren't that great, but in the Model 3, it has been improved quite a lot. We have this wooden trim here. This is also semi-soft. The air vents are in here, and you see, it's quite minimalistic. The whole car is very minimalistic, and Tesla has done a pretty good job of implementing all the software adjustment inside the screen. So you see, you do something like this, and then you can adjust the airflow the way you want it. See? Taycan has something similar, but I've used Taycan, but it doesn't work as smooth as this one. And also Tesla had it for a long time. So you adjust all of the stuff here. You have dog mode, you have camp mode, you have all that good shit here. Wait, let me just lower this one. I don't want it too loud. So they actually put pretty much all the controls in here. And also when you're driving, you see the screen here, and you see the speed and everything here. And first you were thinking, you want to have an instrument cluster here. Yes, I also thought that, but after owning a Tesla for a long time, after getting used to it, you get used to checking your speed and whatever over here. So it actually becomes quite neat to have everything gathered in one screen, rather than having to look here, having to look here, having to look here for different information. Some cars, they actually have 3 screens, like, for example, e-tron. But the way Tesla has implemented it works very well. And I know this because I've been driving Tesla Model 3 for many, many years. So it's not something I'm assuming. It's actually based on experience. But you see, even opening the glove box, you have to enter the screen to open the glove box. And this car has been disinfected. Okay, alles gut. USB stick is in here. This is USB-A as the only USB-A left in this car. The USB is used for sentry mode and dash cam feature. See here, we have built-in dash cam for all the cameras, front, side, rear. Do we have any footage here? Can I see something here just to give you an example? Yeah, see here, just me. So you can see all these different angles, and it's recording while you're driving and also while you're parked if you use the sentry mode. So this is pretty nice feature that you don't find in other cars. Especially not this price range or any cars period. I have to charge a lot now, right now, 97. Okay, yeah, that's getting close to 100%. That's good, it's good. But anyway, so here we have buttons to adjust stuff. See, right now it's set, well, it's actually, this one is for adjusting volume. You can scroll it up and down. You can also press it sideways. And you can also press it like this. And the same goes for this side. What I don't like though is that with the latest version they have replaced the rubberized surface with metal. Metal is probably more durable, but it also tends to slip. And then also weird thing about Model 3 is that here you have the gear selector, but also the autopilot and the cruise control selector. So you do everything in one gear stick. So that's a little bit unusual, but once you get used to it again, there's no problem. You can do all of that stuff here. And also, many people might criticize Tesla and say that, well, it's not safe because you have to do everything in the screen. For example, change wiper settings or whatever. No, actually you don't, because there's lots of hotkeys. For example, I forgot to tell you, voice control. You can also say, open glove box. You see? So that also works. But for example, for wipers, there's actually a dedicated wiper stock here. So when you press it once, you press the button here, it will wipe. And then you briefly get this menu up. Normally you'll be in some kind of trip or whatever, yeah, tire pressure or something. But then when you wipe, you briefly get that one, and then you can quickly change settings here. So you see, so as long as you know about all these shortcuts, then the car actually becomes very convenient and safe to drive around with. But okay, anyway, here, yes, we have two wireless charging pads. I like it. It can fit fairly large phones. I have a Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. So both of these sides can be charged. That's pretty nice. Here we have an opening center. Let me just show you how big it is roughly. Yeah, for my phone there. Nice place in there. We have some lights in there. We have two USB-C in the inside there. The cup holder here looks fancy. There is no heating or cooling going on here, just cup holder there. And in here we have more space for, let me just show you now roughly how big it is. So lots of storage to put all your stuff. And we also have 12-watt outlet there. In the old days, Tesla used to include this this shelf you put in here. You don't get that anymore. I think you have to buy from third party. And also I've done a little modification here. This one is usually an opening. Just an opening here. I also bought some stuff from Be Good, and then it becomes a secret compartment. You can put stuff in there, huh? You just stick it in there with some 3M tape, and then you have extra storage there. So that's nice, very nice, like this, huh? And then, okay, this, oh, I forgot, you can also close this lid here in case you don't want people to see the stuff. And this is the new design. The old design was more plastic. Now it's just a fake leather with some stitching, so it looks way better than the old one. And let me show you now. Okay, so what you want to know also, how about the headroom? Well, the headroom is actually quite good in here for a sedan, you see. I'm 173 centimeters again, let me remind you. And I have more than a fist. I have about 1.5 fist, maybe 2 fists if you squeeze it really hard. And also it means that long people, you see the beam is really far in back there. So I'm going to try something, which is that long people, they will usually be adjusting the seat pretty far back. Let's just try to adjust it all the way back. Worst case, right? There, it stops there. Even when I'm really far back, you still have that space. Yeah, let me restore now. So this is a neat feature. Just load it again from the screen. So it means that in terms, I mean, if you don't have backseat passenger, you will have plenty of space for even long people in the Model 3. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I should also tell you about the seats. Okay. This is just synthetic seats. They are nice and soft. I've been sitting in the Model 3 seat a lot. Like combined, I've probably driven the Model 3 over 100,000 kilometers. Mostly my own car, but also other cars. So the seats are nice and comfy and soft. Really nice for long trips. You won't, like, the thing is that you don't feel that you're sitting in here because they have shaped the seat to give you nice relief from the stress points or whatever. So superb for long trips. However, these seats, I don't know what kind of material they have, but especially in summer or when it's sunny, I get sweaty on my seat. So I don't know really, because when I sit in other cars with other materials, I don't get sweaty. There are mainly two cars that get sweaty because of the seat material. It's the Model 3 and it's this Polestar 2, the standard seat in the Polestar 2. It's also some kind of environmentally friendly, sustainable material, but it just makes me sweaty. All the other cars I test, leather seat, whatever, fabric seats, they don't make me sweaty. So there must be something about these kind of seats. You might also notice something else, by the way, because we have so much glass in here. You can hear that there is a little bit of echo in my voice, and that is correct. You see, there's echo. I find it a little bit unpleasant. I prefer to have it a more dead sound, more dampened sound, but I guess, well, you could. Usually I have something in the roof here. I use the Ioniq heat shield on the roof, and that will actually help the sound deadening thing. But although that now is just nitpicking, but yeah. And also I should show you that, okay, in the here again, like no handles here if you care about it. We have light here. This is a pretty neat design. Actually very nice the way they did it. And one thing I don't like though is this. Before it was another type of hinge thing. Now they just have a magnet here, and it tends to detach when I want to. Well, maybe just me. Yeah, I'm not used to this design, but yeah. And then they removed also the emergency call button, SOS, from here. It used to be here before. Now it's just the taxi parking light. Yeah. And I also like the color on, I mean the temperature on these LEDs, because it seems to be around 4,000 Kelvin rather than 5,000 or 6,000 Kelvin. So it's nice and warm and not too cold. The same goes for this one here. So that's also neat. There is a camera here that is not in use yet. Let me show you. There's a face camera there. Eventually it might be implemented. So some paranoid people, they would just put a tape over it. Yeah, but as far as I know, it's not in use. But yeah, I think, okay, I should also mention the front here. I use these kind of floor mats for, because again, like I mentioned, when you get the Model 3, at least the standard range plus, you don't get any floor mats. So that's why I got some floor mats from Be Good, the inexpensive ones. However, the passenger side here, I don't know why, but it doesn't fit properly. I tried to squeeze it in, I couldn't make it fit, so like, okay, maybe I just have to sit and step on it for a while until it kind of fits in there. So yeah, that's a little bit downside. Maybe you can figure out how to make it fit. Okay, one last thing I forgot to mention is that the sound system here, okay, even though it sounds pretty great, but I heard that it's lacking some of the features that the premium or the long range or the performance one has, but it still sounds pretty good. But I actually get the impression that it doesn't sound as good as MC Hammer. But okay, but other than that, you see now that the interior, the double glazed windows, the premium interior that you see here, the wireless charging, whatever, all the stuff you see here is actually the exact same that you get in the long range and in the performance. So interior wise, the standard range plus, you get very, very good interior. And you know, Tesla has been criticized for a long time for not so great interior. I agree. I used to have a classic Model S and also Model X, and those ones, they kind of look okay, but the whole door design and the center console and the cup holder design is nowhere near the Model 3. So the Model 3 seems to be one, like, more and more iteration towards the right, the better version of it. And we also see that the newer Model S and also Model Y, they also have something that resembles the Model 3. So this is, I think, the way to go. And remember that this is a standard range plus that in Norway costs 350k plus a little bit of extras. So there's actually not many other cars in this price range that can really have everything in one package. The interior, the range, the charging speed, the power, the supercharger network. So overall though, I'm super impressed of the standard range plus, and I can highly recommend it. And this is not only because I own a Tesla. You guys, if you know my channel, I test all cars all over the place. But as for a sedan, this is probably one of the best cars you can get on the market today. Yes. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.